Welcome back to the Pioneer Sideline. We went through the South Division. Now we're going to go through the East. We have a few games penciled in, but the first one we're going to look at here is Cincinnati-Harvard. That's a good 12-5 matchup there, boys. Cincinnati coming in from the new conference they're in. Harvard from the Ivy League. You know what, guys? This one could be potentially interesting.
I mean, the winner of this game, it's going to be the number 12 seed Harvard. This team, they're bringing back almost the same team they brought back last year when they pulled the upset over New Mexico. They have 5 different guys in double-digit scoring. Oh, yeah, and Cincinnati only has one consistent scorer, and that's Sean Kilpatrick. The rest of their team doesn't play cohesively, and they don't score enough points besides from. Harvard is going to score a lot of points, pick up the tempo, make Mick Cronin have to coach a game that he's not comfortable doing.
But they're playing a game against it. Cincinnati's playing a game against a team that plays against powerhouses such as Cornell, Penn, Yale, Brown.
That's what everyone said about Harvard last year. You know what Harvard did? They went like this to New Mexico. They played smack at New Mexico round.
I'm not buying that it's got to happen twice. Cincinnati.
Same. Cincinnati. What are you thinking?
All right. It comes down to the deciding vote. You know who that is? This guy.
Yeah, we know. Make your pick.
Harvard. There we go.
What?
I am giving it to the Ivy League. The intelligence there. I say the intelligence wins over the skill there. I want to see the upset of Harvard over Cincy. Now, this one can be interesting too. UConn and St. Joseph's.
Well,
that could be another potential upset. I already have UConn. I said that in mind, but what do you guys say over at the desk?
Well, let me push these Philly guys away because the winner is going to be UConn. Listen, they're a team that nobody believes in, but they have a lot of veteran guys. Oh, yeah, and Shabazz Napier is the best point guard in college basketball. Doesn't turn the ball over, scores consistently.
All right, Kyle, that's enough. It's time for the Philly boys to talk.
St. Joe's. I mean, they're on a big run right here, Kyle. I don't know. UConn, to me, I don't see them hanging around with St. Joe's. I think St. Joe's just have so much firepower going on for them right now.
Not enough experience on this team.
Can I just add something? There's a lot of motivation for St. Joe's to win this game because at the thought of facing Villanova, who's a crosstown rival, in Philadelphia we call it the Holy War because it's the two Catholic schools that are really good at college basketball.
Old Big East rivals in UConn and Villanova.
Alex.
And I'm going with UConn also. The fact that it's a veteran team is going to be the difference maker.
And I really think, I have to agree with you there, Alex. They're a team that comes from the old Big East there. I really think they can go and do it as well. I mean, you said experience. Can you elaborate that a little bit more?
Keep in mind, there's a whole 6 teams from the Atlantic 10 Conference that made it into the tournament this year. So this team isn't the mediocre conference that it used to be. This conference is one of the better conferences in the NCAA now.
I still heard 3-2 in UConn, though. Otherwise, 3-2 UConn? All right.
I also heard 3-2 in – never mind.
You guys just don't like Philadelphia.
Thank you very much, Brittany. Now, Virginia. Go back real fast. Up. Virginia, now George Washington. Let's be honest. You guys say Virginia.
It's all about the defense.
UVA.
Yeah,
UVA.
Virginia.
All right, Harvard, MSU. I liked Harvard against Cincy, but let's be honest. You guys think Sparty's going to drop that one to Harvard?
It's going to be a tough game, but Michigan State's going to win. Adrian Payne's too much in the paint.
How can someone go against Tom Izzo? He's just too good of a coach. He can go against.
Thank you, MSU. UNC Iowa State. That should be interesting. That should be interesting, boys and girls.
It's all about Iowa State. They have DeAndre Kane, who's a massive scorer. I mean, this team's really good. North Carolina plays hot and cold, and the only player they had to play consistently all year is Marcus Page, and their big guy going to match up with Kane and James Michael McAdoo is hot and cold, gets in foul trouble. Oh, yeah, and let Talib Zana go for 20 and 20.
Yeah, I'm with Kyle there, too. UNC's just too inconsistent for me, Iowa State.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with them, unfortunately. I'm going to go with Iowa State.
No arguments here.
Agree. Now, Iowa State, ISU going on. Now, UConn Nova. Do we say Nova, boys?
UConn.
Yeah, Nova.
Nova.
Ryan Arch and the boys.
I hear mixed. I say Nova, but what do you guys say over there?
I mean, Villanova did have a misstep in their conference championship, but they're still the best team in that bracket.
It's about, listen, UConn's going to be that surprise team. They're going to do what Marquette did. They're going to be that team that slides in the Elite Eight, then loses a game. They match up well with Villanova with size and speed. Oh, yeah, and Jay Wright doesn't have the best career record.
All right, that's
UConn.
enough. That's enough of Kyle over there. We've heard enough. Nova.
Yeah, Nova.
Chris
now,
is my
UVA,
guy.
Michigan State. Actually, before we get there, Iowa State, Nova. What do we say there? Iowa State or Nova?
Cyclones.
Cyclones?
That's going to be
Nova.
Nova.
That's gonna be
I hear
tough.
one Cyclone, one Nova. What do you say, guys?
Hart says Nova. I think mine says Nova as well. I think Ryan
No-
Arch is really
Nova,
gonna-
moving on.
Yeah, Nova.
Quickly here so we can move on a little faster. UVA, Michigan State. Now this one, let's just go through the teams. Michigan State or UVA?
Michigan State.
Michigan State.
UVA.
Michigan State.
Michigan.
Michigan State
Wow.
moving on. Now big thing here. Michigan State or Nova moving on to the Final Four.
It's all about Sparty. Tom Izzo doesn't lose.
You're making me go against my heart, Chris, but it has to be Tom Izzo and the Spartans.
I'm going to go with Villanova, but I would not be surprised at all if the Spartans move on.
Either way with me, I am going to have to go with Izzo and the Sparties.
I say Tom Izzo and Sparty moving on to the Final Four, winning the East. We'll be back with the West region right after this.